Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 99 of Europa Universalis IV as France, the penultimate episode of this series before we finish it so that we can install the new expansion. I've completed some of the little goals that I set myself, but what we want to do now is completely wipe Great Britain from the map. So I'm going to start by unpausing and slowing down the game speed just to make this a little bit easier on myself. We are going to go ahead and declare war on Great Britain. They are allied with the Aztecs and Austria. Austria isn't going to be, well, the Aztecs aren't going to be a problem for us. Unfortunately, Brandenburg are in another war. So are Austria currently. So Austria are actually a little bit distracted. So we might be okay. We're going to go over here. We have a heavy on this trade fleet, actually. What fleet is this? This is the English Channel trade fleet. I think this fleet's actually just going to sit here in Dogger Bank and siege. It will make it a lot easier in grabbing this territory, so that's fine. I will need to keep my... Now, are you going to get there on time? 22nd of March? No. So we're going to catch you, that's fine. Hopefully Scotland are going to go and siege out the Orkneys. In fact, do you have a... No, Norway has a core, but Scotland doesn't. Scotland, you go and siege out the Orkneys, because I can't be bothered. So we should win that fight. They may come down here. We'll leave one stack of guys to siege, and we will we'll chase them off if they can. In fact, I think it was a stack wipe. Yeah, it was. So we don't have to worry too much about that. We just need to keep our eyes open around here in Austria. I'm not sure that they're going to have the resources to send anything to be problematic. We can certainly go and send a few of our units to sit in their territory because we'll get some score against Austria. Now let's just have a look who else has jumped in on their side. Yeah, the British West Indies, the Aztecs and the Austrians, that's fine. I know that our overseas guys are going to do a sterling job, so I don't really need to keep my eye on them. Scotland are off over there. They're already sieging. Looks like Finland have randomly got some troops over there as well. Lost the effects from some trading stuff. That's fine. So there's 3 provinces that we basically need to take in order to completely wipe out Great Britain. And just thinking about it, actually, let us make sure that we start coring that last province so we're not overextended at all. So we've got Yorkshire, which is their capital, which I'm sieging. We've got the Orkneys, which is over here, and Scotland are sieging. And then all the way over here in the Bahamas, we have the actual Bahamas themselves, which hopefully one of my colonial nations is going to manage to get some ships over there. I don't think they're fighting in wars with anybody else. Of course, they do have to deal with the Aztecs, and they have just come out of the war with Castile, so they are a little bit battered and bruised. You know, we have managed to grab some extra little bits and pieces of land around here as well. So things are going relatively well. Would be nice if we could get rid of things like the Sioux and the Shoshone. We may attempt to do that if we can get rid of Great Britain quickly enough. We'll just concentrate then on seeing how much of North America we can paint blue before we get to the end of the next episode. Because I don't really think there's anybody else that I want to war with, except possibly Milan, because we do have a mission to wipe out Milan. Maybe we can get rid of them, and that would be handy. Now, I normally like to try and keep my guys in the mountains, because being in the mountains is generally safer than where we are now. But sometimes you just need to sort of split your guys up and start sieging out some provinces. As long as I keep my eye on what is going on over here, so that I can make sure that if Austria does start sending a massive death stack my way, that I will actually be able to reinforce in time. So it's going to take a little while to siege that out. All of our military leaders now, I think, are actually dead, which is amazing. Yeah, we've just got our admiral. We've got brilliant army tradition, though. So let's go ahead and grab one over here in Salzburg. So we'll have another general. And he's a 544. Not fantastic, but he'll certainly do. Let's grab another one up here in Tyrol. And we get ourselves a 542. Again, not terrible. And we will grab one more in... well, let's grab one in this stack here. Not bothered about Great Britain. Don't really need one up there. And we get a 636, which is actually quite good. So we've got some decent generals now. And we're just literally waiting for these sieges to finish. Scotland are actually doing particularly well up there in the Orkneys. We might even give this to Scotland, or I don't know, we keep it for ourselves. I don't suppose it's really all that important. And we're just keeping our eye out for, like I said, Austria is actually quite busy at the moment. Who are Austria actually fighting against? I didn't check the details of that particular war. Austria are fighting against... does it actually say? There we go. They're at war with Saxe-Lauenburg, Norway and Brandenburg. So Brandenburg's hopefully going to keep them busy anyway. So I just hope that that war doesn't end too quickly. And we can start sieging out a few bits and pieces. This is mountains, so we can go and siege that. And we can move you out of Tyrol and move you into there because that's mountains. So we're just trying to get some war score against Austria. Let's... Oh, no, I've already gone up to speed 3. I was just going to say let's be brave and up the speed, but we're already at speed 3. So the siege of the Orkneys has been completed. We're now working on Yorkshire. How are things going on in the Bahamas? Doesn't look like we've got anybody over there yet. Can we actually set an objective? Actually, Scotland, get over there. Scotland, you have ships. Get over there and siege that out. You see, and that leaves all of my colonial nations free to deal with the Aztec problem. Try and take as much from the Aztecs as we can. Shame we can't get rid of that little blob of Norway. I guess we could declare on them, but we've done pretty well. I mean, most of the area up here that is colonizable we've grabbed. There are a few places that are wasteland that we can't colonize. There are a couple of empty provinces over here that we might be able to grab quickly before the end of the game. And then, of course, we've got this California area, which is all Dutch. And then there's the Shoshone, which we might be able to grab. A couple of little nations. And then, obviously, a bit more of Castile over here. Again, we've got some black flag units, which don't really seem to be making much of an effort to get on ships, which is always the problem the AI's had in this game. It really doesn't know how to do naval combat all that well. Linz is grassland, so it's probably not the best place to try and siege. And I'm also very aware of this Austrian stack up here, but I'm hoping that Brandenburg will deal with that. In fact, Norway... yeah, Brandenburg are actually engaging, so I don't think we have to worry too much about the Austrian army. As long as Brandenburg don't peace out too quickly, I think we will generally be okay. So we're only at 1% war score, which I'm amazed by, considering we've already sieged out one of their 3 provinces. I assume that we've occupied this, have we? It's not really telling me. Occupied by France, yep, so we do actually have that. 14% on the capital. And then, of course, that'll force their little navy out, and that'll get sunk quite easily. Lose 50 Diplo. Right, we'll lose the prestige because we're in a war, so getting prestige is fairly easy. And we might need the Diplo for the peace deal, so that's fine. So we're just trying to siege out bits of Austria at the moment. I'm leaving some guys behind just in case we do get any more rebel pops, because we still have some provincial unrest. Again, mainly in the Italian area. We did have a recent rebel uprising, so that has removed a fair bit of it. Let's get some more Diplo power. So yeah, some of our trade fleets are a little bit under numbers. If we actually look at our numbers here, we are 90 troops below our force limit, and we are something like 300 below on our naval limit. So, you know, I'm really not going to bother going up to that. We are managing to grab a few of the Austrian sieges. So let's go ahead and knock some more out where we can. What you've got to remember, of course, because Austria is an ally of Great Britain and Austria is so large, even though Great Britain only has 3 provinces, taking a province doesn't give you 33% war score, because what you're actually doing is you're taking one province is only a percentage of the entire alliance. So it's all of this, which is why taking the Orkneys only gave me 1%. So we do need to try and grab as much of Austria as possible just to get the war score. We have won the Siege of Yorkshire, though, which is really good. We don't need to stand in there and take attrition anymore. Let's come back to Derby. These ships are going to get sunken quite quickly. So you guys can go back to protecting trade in the English Channel. Not that we're short of money at the moment with our 23,000 gold in the bank. That's already put us up to 15% war score. That should be another core done, judging by the sound. There we go, we get the improved fortifications. Now remember, if a year does go on for 5 years or longer, then we would have 100% war score if we've got 100% siege on these guys, so that's fine. Grabbing a few more sieges over here in Austria. Looks like they're trying to unsiege there. That's really unfortunate for them because they're about to go and get wiped. A lot of people moving around. You can move into this territory. You've won your siege. Brandenburg is sieging out here. So I'm going to go and stand in... There isn't really much left in the way of mountains. Is that Austria, that random province in the middle? Yeah, that's Austria as well. So we're getting some good war score against them. Now, Great Britain is the war leader. I'm just waiting until we actually get a full siege over here. We have some ships. We are blockading, but we don't actually have any troops landed. This is the Antilles. Let's go ahead and make this the target for the Antilles. Well, you've got a transport, which probably isn't ideal. I've got a plan just to speed things up. I'm going to take my transports and I'm going to go across there and deal with them myself. Guys, get over there. If you want a job doing, do it yourself, is the general rule. Whilst keeping our eye on Austria to make sure they don't try anything too sneaky. Colony has become self-sustaining. Fantastic. Let's get you down to one of these empty provinces. We'll go and grab Alabama. And how are we doing over here? I suppose the only people we're really fighting are the Aztecs. And you're doing quite well there. You're taking a good chunk from them. Obviously, we're not going to have enough for full annexation. We want another siege over here. Obviously, Austria are still doing their best to try and de-siege a lot of stuff. Wow, Austria have got a big stack in there, and I'm a little bit worried about attacking. It is into grasslands. Yeah, we managed to take them out there without a problem. I'm just going around here and just trying to wipe a few of the Austrian troops. It'll give me a little bit of war score anyway. And it does help. Obviously, if I start wiping their armies, it means that they can't go around de-sieging stuff. So it's not a bad idea to do. Now, you've got a general you'll probably get out on time. Nope, you didn't. So, Austria are going to take a lot of heavy losses over here. Right, okay, so... How are our transports doing? 79%. I'm going to call that good enough. So, let's grab our transports. And let's go and get you all the way over here to the Bahamas. It'll take a while. Well, I don't know. We're on speed 3. It won't take all that long. And obviously, they're going to get a lot of attrition while they're doing that. How are things going over here? They're still trying to unsiege a few provinces. Although the one they're unsieging, Brandenburg is currently occupying. So I'm not too bothered about that. Because if they unsiege something that Brandenburg has, then I can go and siege it. So that's perfectly acceptable. Where are our navies? Yeah, internal conflicts. Fantastic. Navies, you are how far? Wow, you're actually quite... I suppose you're trying to stick to the coast as much as possible to avoid getting massive attrition. We've just grabbed somewhere else, which is up here, so you can go up there. I mean, we could try and grab a lot more from Austria, but again, it's just going to be pointless. We're not going to be able to take all of Austria, not before the end of the game, and it would just be a lot of pointless aggressive... well, not aggressive expansion, but overextension. You guys, I think you can just go and sit safely in Tyrol for a while, just in case the Austrians try anything a little bit funny, like this. Not going to deal with them right away, because we'll have finished that siege down here long before they get a chance to do anything about it. We've won another siege there. You guys go... Actually, you guys can go in there and deal with those. How is that fleet doing? You're not too far away, actually. You've almost arrived. And as soon as you do, we're going to drop those troops off. There is only... well, there's a full 20 stat there versus Britain's 4. So I think we've got that one in the bag. We should be able to siege that out nice and easily. And let's just keep our eye on Austria then. Yep, here we go. Now we're starting to get the peace deal offers from Great Britain. Hardly surprising. Let's go ahead and just see if we can not siege out a few more places. So hopefully by the end of this video, we'll be able to completely take Great Britain. Right, the Aztecs are sort of wanting to peace out now as well. Let's have a look. Right, first of all, can we actually take... Right, well, we want to piece the Aztecs out first. They're not a co-belligerent, but if we can actually get them pieced out, we might be able to take some more stuff from them. Although I am tempted to just let us actually grab some more provinces, although we probably won't have the Diplo power to be able to soak it in anyway. So that's going to be quite interesting. I don't even suppose we could... Well, what sort of peace deal could we get with them? Let's have a look at that. We've only got a 50% war score against them. We need 197% to make them become a vassal, so that's never going to happen. So we could go ahead and grab a random few provinces from them. They wouldn't give us that many. They wouldn't give us that many. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let's get the Aztecs out of the war. And then that means we've gained some more ground over here for our colonial nations. And our colonial nations are free to go and do stuff such as beat up on other natives. So what about the Sioux? What if we wanted to go and beat up on these guys? They're not allied with anybody. So let's go ahead and get our colonial nations to go and declare war on those guys. And hopefully go and sort them out. Now, Great Britain do have 2 transports and 1 light. My transports might not win this fight if they get pushed out, but I guess I could send the heavies over here. But I think all in all, we'll be okay. Great Britain, what if we did want to peace out with you, Great Britain? What would you be willing to accept? Full annexation would actually require 100% war score, so we are going to have to see this one through to the end. We've won the Siege of Bahamas. Their ships are coming out. So they do have... we've actually gained... oh no, we've got some British West Indies and Antilles ships there as well. So hopefully we won't lose any of our transports, and I don't think we did. So we're all good there. So we still only have a 47% war score. We don't have a 100% war score against Great Britain. That's because we don't have a 100% war score against Austria. So let's go ahead and get some of these units to just go around and do a little bit more Austrian stack wiping. Still got a few provinces up here that we'd like to grab. Remember, of course, as I'm just going to go up to speed 4 here, if the war goes on for 5 years or more, then it will automatically mean that we have a 100% war score against England. That is another province that is colonised. I don't believe that there are any uncolonised provinces up here any longer. So it's absolutely pointless as starting any new colonies. So we could go up there and attack with those guys. I might as well just sort of double up in some of our other provinces right now. Did we actually send the... No, we did send the colonists there. That's fine. There's another siege that we have won. There's still a few units around here, so I am just keeping my eye on them. I'm not taking anything from you, Great Britain, until it is a 100% war score and you are being fully annexed. So you're just going to have to make your peace with that one. Now, when did we start this war? We started it in 65. Doesn't tell us exactly, unfortunately. Don't know why I went for the Imperialism CB. Gain 20 army tradition. Why not? Got the money. Still got 25k left. That should have maxed out my army tradition, actually. Let's have a look. So, oh, still only 99.7, but that is some really good army tradition. How many leaders do we currently have? We have the... well, we're actually 1 over at the moment. We're not really using the... we're not really using the Admiral anymore, and I don't think we'll need to. So let's just go ahead and get rid of our Admiral. There we go. We can actually grab a new tech now. Siege is being over. Coring done. Population. CBs. Okay, so we can grab another military tech. We're massively ahead of time. But we have finished all of our ideas. We will get another idea group, which won't be military. So let's go ahead, even though we're massively ahead of time. Let's just go ahead and grab that anyway. I'm not going to take the new level of cannons right now, because it will reset morale. In fact, it's not going to make any difference. So let us go and pick the best artillery that we're ever going to get in the game. Oh, we've got 100% war score against these guys now. So let's go ahead and demand their full annexation. And unpause. Did I not send that? Sometimes it doesn't work. I've noticed this before. Right. Send demand. There we go. And then we want to go and declare war on the Shoshone. Because they still don't have any allies. Winning even more Austrian sieges. Just going to have to let things tick on until we can get up to or close to 100%. Obviously, the Brandenburgian thing isn't helping. Let's bring some of our troops back just for safety. Well, not so much safety, but just... I mean, we're not getting attrition. Look at that. We've had 20 stacks standing around in the mountains in enemy territories with high fort levels, and we are still only like 1k below our max manpower. It's absolutely ridiculous. Looks like Austria do keep trying to field an army. They're not doing particularly well. We've lost an advisor, which is our military advisor. Let's just go for the discipline, really. Don't need anything more. Still only 68% in war score on this one. Would be nice if we could actually finish this one before the end of this video. And then we can just see how much we can take in America, but I'm not convinced that's going to happen because of the length of the war. So, with that in mind, I'm going to end this video here, and then when we come back next time, we're going to finish this war, hopefully wipe Great Britain from the map, see how much we can take in North America, and then we're going to wrap the series up. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you are still enjoying Europa Universalis IV, and I'll see you next time for the final video. Until then, goodbye for now.